Imagine sitting in a doctor's office, hearing the words, "If only we'd caught this earlier." It's a moment that no one wants to face, a preventable tragedy that begins with overlooked warning signs. Every single day, hundreds of families around the world hear this heartbreaking news, wishing they had known what to look for. Stomach cancer is often called the silent killer for a reason. Over 1 million people are diagnosed annually, and a staggering 80% of those cases are caught too late. These aren't just numbers, they're lives, parents, siblings, and friends hanging in the balance. But here's the good news: you can change the outcome. Your body gives you signals, subtle whispers, that something might be wrong. Recognizing these signs early can make all the difference. In this video, we'll uncover the 8 critical early symptoms of stomach cancer that could save your life. Let's get started. What is stomach cancer? Stomach cancer, also known as gastric cancer, is a type of cancer that starts in the lining of the stomach. It usually develops slowly over many years, often without noticeable symptoms in the early stages. By the time symptoms appear, the cancer may have spread, making it harder to treat. This is why early detection is so crucial. Several risk factors can increase your chances of developing stomach cancer. One of the biggest is an infection with Helicobacter pylori, a bacteria that can cause chronic inflammation in the stomach. A diet high in salty, pickled, or processed foods also contributes, as do habits like smoking and excessive alcohol consumption. If you have a family history of stomach cancer or conditions like chronic gastritis or ulcers, your risk may be higher as well. The tricky part is that the early signs of stomach cancer can easily be mistaken for common issues like indigestion or stress. This makes it all the more important to stay vigilant about your health and pay attention to persistent symptoms. The earlier we catch stomach cancer, the better the chances of successful treatment. So, let's dive into the key signs to watch for. Number 1, feeling full quickly, early satiety. Let's start with one of the most subtle but telling signs, feeling full too quickly, also known as early satiety. Imagine sitting down to enjoy a meal you've been looking forward to, but after just a few bites, you're done, not because you're satisfied, but because something feels off. You're uncomfortably full, even though you've barely eaten. This sensation can be caused by tumors or abnormal growths in the stomach. These growths can physically reduce the stomach's capacity, making it feel like there's simply no room for food. Sometimes, they can even block parts of the digestive tract, disrupting the normal process of emptying your stomach after meals. Over time, this can lead to nutritional deficiencies, weight loss, and other serious complications if left unchecked. It's easy to dismiss this symptom as a temporary issue, perhaps due to stress or a change in appetite. But here's the key: if you notice this sensation persisting, especially when you're maintaining your usual diet and activity level, it's important to take it seriously. The best course of action? Don't wait. Reach out to your doctor and explain what's been happening. They may recommend tests like an endoscopy or imaging to get to the root of the issue. Remember, your body has a way of speaking to you. Listening to it could make all the difference in catching a problem early. Number 2, anemia and fatigue. Let's talk about a sign that many people might brush off as just being overworked or tired: persistent fatigue. But this kind of exhaustion goes beyond needing an extra cup of coffee. It's a deep, unrelenting tiredness that affects your whole body. When stomach tumors bleed, even a little bit over time, it can lead to chronic internal blood loss. This ongoing bleeding often results in anemia, a condition where your body doesn't have enough healthy red blood cells to carry oxygen effectively. Without enough oxygen, your body struggles to perform even basic tasks, leaving you feeling drained and weak. You might notice you're out of breath after climbing a flight of stairs, or that your skin looks unusually pale. Maybe you're finding it harder and harder to get through the day, even with plenty of rest. These aren't just signs of a bad week, they could be your body's way of telling you something more serious is going on. So, what should you do if this sounds familiar? Talk to your doctor and request a simple blood test to check your hemoglobin levels. This test can quickly identify anemia and help pinpoint whether internal bleeding might be the cause. Don't ignore persistent fatigue, it's not something you should just push through. It's your body's alarm system, and catching this sign early can lead to timely diagnosis and treatment, possibly preventing something much more serious. Number 3. Persistent nausea and vomiting. Let's move on to another critical warning sign: persistent nausea or vomiting. Now, everyone experiences an upset stomach from time to time. Maybe it's a bad meal, stress, or even a stomach bug. But when nausea lingers for days, or episodes of vomiting start to occur frequently without any obvious reason, it's time to pay closer attention. Tumors in the stomach can interfere with the normal digestive process. They might partially block food as it passes through, irritate the stomach lining, or cause other disruptions that lead to ongoing nausea or bouts of vomiting. Over time, this can create a vicious cycle where your body struggles to keep food down, leaving you weak and malnourished. It's easy to reach for antacids or over-the-counter remedies to try to calm your stomach. And while they might provide temporary relief, they can also mask symptoms, delaying a proper diagnosis. Persistent nausea isn't just an inconvenience, it's your body signaling that something deeper might be wrong. If you find yourself frequently nauseous or vomiting for no clear reason, don't brush it off as a passing issue. Schedule a visit with your doctor and explain exactly what you're experiencing. Comprehensive testing, such as imaging or endoscopy, can help uncover the cause. Remember, early action is key. It's better to investigate now than to wait until the problem becomes more severe. Listen to your body, and don't let these warning signs go unnoticed. Number 4. Stomach pain and bloating. Stomach pain and bloating are symptoms most of us have experienced at some point. Maybe you ate too much, or your stomach didn't agree with what you had for lunch. But what happens when that discomfort doesn't go away, no matter what you eat or how carefully you manage your diet? Persistent stomach pain and bloating can be much more than just a digestive inconvenience. They might be your body's way of signaling a serious underlying issue, such as tumor growth in the stomach. Tumors can create blockages in the digestive tract, preventing food from passing through smoothly. They can also cause inflammation and disrupt the natural balance of stomach acid, leading to ongoing discomfort that doesn't improve with antacids, dietary changes, or over-the-counter remedies. This isn't the kind of pain that comes and goes after a heavy meal. It's a consistent, gnawing discomfort that might even grow worse over time. If you find yourself constantly dealing with this kind of bloating or pain, it's essential to take it seriously. What should you do? First, stop self-medicating. Proton pump inhibitors or antacids might mask the symptoms, but they won't address the root cause. Instead, talk to your doctor and explain your symptoms in detail. Persistent pain is never normal, and it's always worth investigating. Early detection and diagnosis could make a significant difference, so don't delay taking action. Number 5. Unexplained weight loss. Let's talk about something that might seem like a silver lining at first, but could be a serious red flag: losing weight without even trying. While many people celebrate shedding a few pounds effortlessly, unintended weight loss, especially over 10% of your body weight in a short period, can be a sign that something isn't right. Stomach cancer can disrupt your body's ability to absorb nutrients properly. Tumors interfere with digestion, making it harder for your stomach to break down food and for your body to take in essential vitamins, minerals, and calories. This can lead to rapid weight loss, even if you're eating your usual meals. Additionally, stomach cancer can decrease appetite due to persistent nausea, bloating, or general sense of discomfort after eating. Chronic fatigue and anemia, which often accompany the disease, further contribute to this unintended weight loss by draining the body of energy and reducing physical activity. If you notice that the numbers on the scale are dropping without any change to your diet or exercise habits, it's crucial to see a doctor. Don't dismiss it as a lucky accident, it could be your body sending a serious warning. A medical evaluation, including blood tests and imaging, can help determine the cause and rule out potential health concerns. Unexplained weight loss is a call to action, not celebration. Address it promptly to ensure early detection and intervention if necessary. Number 6. Blood in stool or vomit. One of the most alarming signs your body can give you is the presence of blood in your stool or vomit. While it can be unsettling to see, it's an unmistakable signal that something serious may be going on inside your body. Stomach tumors can bleed, and this blood often finds its way into your digestive tract. Depending on where the bleeding occurs, it may appear as bright red blood in vomit or dark, tarry stools resembling coffee grounds. These darker stools indicate blood that's been digested, which often points to bleeding higher up in the digestive system, such as the stomach. While blood in stool or vomit can sometimes result from less serious conditions, like ulcers or hemorrhoids, it's not something to take lightly. The presence of blood, especially if it persists, warrants immediate medical evaluation. Ignoring it or hoping it will resolve on its own can delay a diagnosis and potentially allow a serious condition, such as stomach cancer, to progress. If you notice blood, don't wait. Call your doctor and explain your symptoms right away. Tests like endoscopy or imaging can pinpoint the source of the bleeding and help guide treatment. Early detection of the cause can save your life. Remember, your body doesn't send signals like this without reason. Listen carefully and act quickly. Number 7. Swollen lymph nodes. Let's talk about a symptom that often flies under the radar: swollen lymph nodes. You might notice small lumps around your neck, collarbone, or even near your stomach. While swollen lymph nodes are commonly associated with infections, like a sore throat, they can sometimes signal something more serious, such as the spread of stomach cancer. Lymph nodes act as your body's surveillance system, filtering harmful substances and fighting infections. When cancer spreads, it often travels to nearby lymph nodes first, causing them to swell. Unlike swelling from an infection, these lumps tend to be painless and persistent. They may start small but gradually grow over time, and they don't shrink or disappear on their own. It's easy to dismiss this symptom, especially if it's not causing discomfort. But persistent swelling without an obvious cause, like a recent illness or injury, deserves attention. If you notice any unexplained lumps that don't go away, or worse, continue to grow, it's time to consult a doctor. They may recommend imaging tests, a biopsy, or additional investigations to determine the cause. Remember, your lymph nodes are an important part of your body's communication system, signaling when something isn't right. Don't ignore them. Catching this sign early could provide crucial insights into what's happening in your body, allowing for timely intervention. So, if you feel a lump, don't wait, listen to your body and act promptly. It could make all the difference. Number 8. Burning sensation and persistent heartburn. Most of us have experienced heartburn, a burning sensation in the chest or upper stomach that's often linked to spicy food, overeating, or stress. But when heartburn becomes a constant companion, or over-the-counter antacids no longer provide relief, it could be more than just acid reflux. Persistent heartburn or a burning sensation in the stomach might be caused by chronic inflammation in the stomach lining, which can mimic the symptoms of acid reflux. This inflammation could be linked to underlying issues like tumors disrupting the stomach's normal functioning. What makes this particularly tricky is that these symptoms often overlap with common digestive conditions, making it easy to dismiss them as minor. Here's the important distinction: if your symptoms persist despite dietary changes or medication, or if they're accompanied by other warning signs like unexplained weight loss or fatigue, it's time to dig deeper. Avoid the temptation to self-medicate with antacids or proton pump inhibitors, as they might temporarily mask the symptoms but won't address the underlying cause. Consulting a doctor for a thorough evaluation is critical. They may recommend tests such as an endoscopy to investigate what's really happening. Persistent burning sensations or heartburn aren't just inconvenient, they're your body's way of signaling that something could be seriously wrong. Address it promptly to ensure early detection and effective treatment if necessary. Preventive measures and next steps for stomach cancer awareness. Protecting yourself from stomach cancer begins with simple, proactive choices. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These are packed with antioxidants and nutrients that help protect the stomach lining. Reduce your intake of smoked, pickled, and highly processed foods, which can increase cancer risk due to their high salt content and preservatives. Smoking damages stomach cells, and excessive alcohol can irritate the stomach lining, increasing cancer risk. Quitting or moderating these habits can significantly improve your health. Early detection is crucial for successful treatment, especially for those with risk factors like family history, pylori infection, or chronic gastritis. Regular screenings can make a big difference. Endoscopy allows doctors to view the stomach lining directly. Biopsy examines tissue samples for abnormalities. Imaging tests detect tumors or other irregularities. Don't wait for severe symptoms. If you notice persistent discomfort or other warning signs, consult a healthcare professional. Your daily habits can also reduce your risk. Chronic stress can exacerbate gastritis, so practice mindfulness, yoga, or relaxation techniques. Regular physical activity supports overall digestive health and strengthens the immune system. If you or a loved one is diagnosed with stomach cancer, you don't have to navigate it alone. Seek guidance from specialized medical professionals like gastroenterologists or oncologists. Join cancer support groups to connect with others facing similar challenges. Remember, prevention and awareness are your strongest allies in the fight against stomach cancer. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and take charge of your health. Recognizing the early signs of stomach cancer isn't just important, it's life-saving. Symptoms like persistent nausea, unexplained weight loss, or blood in your stool aren't minor inconveniences, they're your body's way of saying something could be seriously wrong. Early detection is the key to better outcomes, and acting quickly can truly mean the difference between life and death. If any of these warning signs resonate with you or someone you know, don't ignore them. Reach out to a healthcare professional and prioritize regular checkups, especially if you have risk factors. Staying proactive about your health is one of the most powerful choices you can make. Finally, share this video with friends and family. You never know whose life you might impact by spreading awareness. Don't forget to subscribe for more valuable health insights. Your awareness could save a life. Stay informed, stay proactive, and take charge of your well-being.